Andre, tell us about your squad for this weekend. How is Jermaine Defoe in particular?
Yeah, Jermaine trained with the team these last 2 days, so hopefully he's going to be available for selection. Tomorrow trains once again, so definitely, big contender for the game.
Good to have him back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Where do things stand with Yunus Kabul? Where is he on his comeback?
I think we are looking for 2 more weeks probably. It hasn't been a setback, but his introduction back into training is taking more time. So we're taking it a step at a time because we don't want to have any more problems with this knee. So every time that there is some pain still in the knee, we drop back in his intensity levels of training inside or outside in the pitch with us. So at the moment he's scheduled to train with us tomorrow once again, and then drop off a little bit on the weekend and then come back. So till he comes back to full training without any problems, it will be definitely 2 more weeks.
Are you still optimistic, though, then, that he will play for you before the end of the season?
Yeah, hopefully. It's very, very sensible. Hopefully, yeah.
This weekend has been in the diary, I'm sure, of all Spurs fans. Home game against Arsenal. How significant is it from your point of view?
Well, I think we are obviously on a good run of form and extremely confident. I'm not sure if it's going to be decided on whatever result happens this weekend. I think even 7 points difference, if we manage to win, it's still recoverable for a team like Arsenal and their objectives. If it comes to 1 point difference, things get closer to us. One more team in competition. It's all very tight together still. We were glad last weekend that we managed to build a distance to Everton of 9 points. Again, in the Premier League is not enough, but it's already something, bearing in mind the amount of games still yet to be played. But we just have to keep on going after this result. Obviously, we know the importance of the fixture and how the way it can impact on both clubs moving forward.
How do you read the situation then in terms of the top 4? Manchester United, Manchester City. I don't know. Do you still think you can possibly catch Manchester City?
It's very difficult. They have the experience of winning the league. I think in their mind they're still focusing on it. They have to come here, but we have to play against them still within this margin of 5 points. If we receive them within a margin of 5 points at White Hart Lane, we could still put a threat to them. But our focus is on bridging gaps for the people in behind us more than anything else. At least focus on trying to get the result in the weekend will be excellent.
Tottenham haven't finished above Arsenal since Arsene Wenger arrived there. What would it mean to you to achieve that feat?
No, not for me. I think for the fans will be tremendous. I think the rivalry is something very, very special that I've spoken about it in the game that we played them at the Emirates. I think there is a demand from everybody to achieve success in this fixture, independent on whatever position you finish in the league. Obviously, now we want to qualify. We have our own objectives, but there is certainly some pressure on this fixture, on this result. It means a lot to North London, and I think both teams will be up for it. It's a special game, definitely.
When you met earlier at the Emirates, you were beaten 5-2.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Adebayor scored, but he got sent off as well. Do you have to speak to him? Do you have to keep a lid on him?
No, we didn't speak to him. I've told you regarding that incident. We've moved on from it. The player suffered enough with 3 games away. We suffered also with the result that we had. I think we were the better team with 11 men at that time. but the sending off changed the nature of the game. Still played very, very well with 10 men and had an option to go 4-3. But in the end, Arsenal did ever so well to get a great result. I think we are on a good run of form. Our form has been impressive. We haven't lost for quite some time. This is all things that inspire us and make us approach the game in a more confident way than Arsenal. But it's a fixture that it's motivating by itself, and Arsenal will be up for it for sure.
February was a good month for you. Why do you think that was the case?
Well, we got 3 wins. Two wins away from home in difficult grounds: West Brom and West Ham. The home win against Newcastle, and Newcastle that changed so much during the January transfer window, was also important. It was a good month for the club, allowed us to be third at this stage. We had a good run that we want to extend, hopefully, till late April. Probably mean that we will be up there to finish within what we want to achieve.
And a good month for Gareth Bale as well. Can he keep scoring at his current rate?
I think so. He certainly has proved that in different fixtures against different opposition, European included. So he's going to be a major threat in the game. You can't allow him, any kind of space. In this position that he has played now, he can turn up in different places. He unsettles opponents with his pace, with his power, with his technique. Hopefully we can see him continue on this level of form and continuing to be decisive.
Yet again this week we've seen him linked with Real Madrid. Arsene Wenger has today said that Gareth Bale doesn't need to go abroad. Do you welcome that kind of comment?
Yeah, I think so. He's extremely respectful. We have the best league in the world, in my opinion. The best clubs. We continue to attract the best players over. I think if for a player to develop to his full potential, can be perfectly in this league, and I think Gareth has that in mind. Not only regarding Spurs, but regarding this league too.
Do you think securing Champions League football will be enough to ensure that he does stay with you?
Yeah, we're not. We don't want Gareth to go by any circumstance. I've told you in the past that our chairman is very, very difficult to deal with, and we will try to hold on to our assets. We believe that. We have to hold on to the best players in order to achieve our objectives. Our objectives season by season go higher. This season we want to finish in the Champions League. Next season we never know what team we can build if we manage to achieve our objective for this season. So that means holding on to the best possible players.
Finally, from me, can I just get your thoughts on Ryan Giggs? He signed a new contract at Manchester United today, but this weekend could make his 1,000th senior appearance. How
it's
incredible is that?
It's incredible. I think so many years at high level. 12 Premier League titles is out of this world. Such a young talent that broke through at an early age. Extreme loyalty to a club. I think flourished to great potential, and now in these last years continuing to show great professionalism in his career and continuing to help his team to achieve success. So a great example.
He made his debut in February 1991. What were you doing in February 1991?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Studying to be a journalist.
Steve.
Andre, Marlon King has said this morning that he brackets Gareth Bale in the same light as Messi and Ronaldo. Is that going over the top?
Well, I don't know. Comparisons are going all over the place. I think the level of form of the player is certainly that people recognize that is world class, and world class players are those two. So I suppose that merit is due where it's due, and I think Gareth at the moment is showing that level of form. to be at the level of those two players who have won so much through their careers, including European trophies, you still have to, you still have to achieve it, and hopefully that's what we want to achieve with him over here.
With all this adulation, though, is your main job to try and keep his feet on the ground?
I think he is very down to earth. I find him extremely accessible person, very human. So. I think his focus and the fact that we saw this performances recently and constantly means that the player hasn't, keeps on enjoying his football, and that's what we want.
Does he have a weakness?
I think all of us have weaknesses one way or the other. The thing is, the player is enjoying his football like he never was before. Goals also build this confidence to another level. His best goal scoring season for the club, or ever. And I think when you are at this level, your weaknesses tend not to expose so much. And at the moment, we are able to benefit from it.
And one question about Rafa this week. Rafa Benitez, he's very much been under the cosh at Chelsea. Do you sympathise with what's happening with him there? Because you've been in the same situation.
Yeah, I really don't want to comment. I'm in a position where I can't comment on Rafa's situation. There's nothing to do with me.
Okay, any more? Russell, yes?
Just going back, Andre, to obviously your lineup for the weekend. We saw Sigurdsson have a good game, didn't we, last time out? Sir Cotto is trying to get back in the side. You've talked about Defoe.
Yeah.
It'll be quite an interesting test for who you pick.
Yeah, we've been rotating a lot, I think, also to allow breather to our players. We've seen us rotating at the back, also bearing in mind certain characteristics of each game. We've spoken to Benoit the other day, and we felt that Jan was probably more appropriate for that direct and long ball game that West Ham had. He's certainly in contention. He's one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League, Benoit, and he's going to be one key player for us for the rest of the season. So he's up in contention. Sigurdsson came into the game, he did extremely well, had the same impact that he had in the game against Fulham before. So another player that we are building on his confidence to come back. So some good signs there, and Jermaine, such a prolific goal scorer, it's good to have him.
And in terms of Arsenal, obviously, even though they've had their cup disappointments in two competitions, their league form has been very strong. Cazorla looking back on form. It should be an interesting battle to see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think so. A couple of doubts for them, particularly in midfield. And now Arsene will shape up his midfield with more creative and attacking or more defensive minded. That's the only thing that we have to focus on from them. Obviously, they will miss Sanya a lot for what he represents. But we feel prepared. We have to play this game with lots of emotion, and I think in the end it will be emotion that will decide the game, not any tactical preparation.
And just finally, on that exact regard, how special is this fixture now that you've experienced it once and about to do it again?
Yeah, very, very special. Very, very special. I think. You guys are more competent than myself to speak about the history of this fixture, but I think it goes up there with Man United, Liverpool in terms of rivalry.
Okay, last couple from Mark.
Andre, people have been saying this season that the balance of power is shifting with Tottenham above Arsenal. How do you see that as the Tottenham manager?
No, it's only in the end of the season we are able to see that. Last year this club was 10 points ahead and finished below them in a position that we wanted to be. So only in the end of the season we can tell. Not only in the end of the season, but I think through time, because it won't be because of one season that it has shifted.
That was my next question, actually. How conscious are you? I know you wasn't here, but the fact that Tottenham had that lead over Arsenal, but Arsenal managed to sort of close that gap.
I was almost out of the job. I was focused on another thing.
No, but I'm saying, but the players obviously are aware of that, making sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, I think it serves as an example for these players, definitely. They've lived it, they went through it. Serves as me as a leader also to remind them of that, but they lived it. I think they are the ones who felt it more deeper than I did, and I think it. You've seen recently that it makes a difference for them for sure in their performances.